People believe what they want to believe, right? They hear what they want to hear, know what they want to know, understand what they want to understand. There's always these moments I remember having conversations with people, and I'm sure some of you guys can attest to this, where you say something or make a point and the opposing person, their body language just kind of disconnects, head goes down, look to the side, they're clearly uncomfortable, and they kind of pretend like they didn't hear what you said. And I think what this is that people would rather live in their bubble of truth as opposed to actual reality. A lot of people take advantage of the duality of their actions. And naturally, as human beings, we will always take the predisposition of the more virtuous side of that duality. So much to the point where we tend to dilute ourselves from the truth simply because it makes us feel better. And I've always thought about this, how we do something and we always masquerade that action with the more virtuous side. Interpretation is dangerous because it can convince you of something far from the truth. For example, you hear content creators or YouTubers say, "I like inspiring" or making people laugh. It's like, well, no, if you're being honest, you make videos of eating food and vlogs because you want money and fame. Making people laugh or inspired or whatever can be a byproduct of your goal, but your real intention is to make money. So there's like a duality, right? But they'll lean on the more virtuous side of that duality for that action entirely. And this is why intention is so important, right? And I'll get to how this translates to how we interpret and receive uncomfortable truths. If you're a fan of UFC or boxing or combat sports in general, you'll know that fighters trash talk each other all the time. And it's such an interesting paradox because mixed martial arts is founded upon respect and honor and genuine self-expression. Bruce Lee is the epitome of this. Yet when you mix that in with entertainment, you get more of the opposite. As a matter of fact, trash talk and disrespect is sometimes encouraged and fabricated in order to sell pay-per-views and make money. I mean, I say it all the time, morals and values are hard to exist in a world driven by monetary gain. Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather are the greatest examples of this. You'll hear fighters trash talk each other and crossing the quote-unquote line, and then after the fight you'll hear them say, "Oh, it was just to promote the event." I mean, yes and no, these are half-truths. I mean, you're not fooling me at least. Yes, the primary motivator might be to make more money, but the trash talk and disrespect is always founded upon some truth. And the reason why is simple, it's because most people can't be fake 100% of the time and definitely not real 100% of the time. Trash talk and insults or even jokes don't work unless they're founded upon some truth or a glimmer of truth. For example, you can't say to someone, "You're built like a Mexican refrigerator and you have no dad," if those things aren't true. It just doesn't work. I mean, besides, how many people are genuinely real to begin with? But afterwards, fighters always lean on the, "Oh, it was just to promote the fight," after they've won and they're happy. Or for example, if they lost, they want to win some brownie points on the way out so the crowd can be like, "Oh, look at him, he's so humble, look at how he's taking his loss." And it's for the same reason, it makes them feel more virtuous and it's a more comfortable narrative to believe. I mean, Floyd Mayweather constantly says he makes people hate him just so that they can buy his pay-per-views to see him get knocked out and give him more money. Again, that's half true. The other side of that duality is that he's just genuinely a dislikable person, but he'll lean on the interpretation that he's purposely being that way. But sure, whatever helps you sleep at night, Floyd. I'll use a more general example that most people can understand. Let's say you like someone, right? You'll treat them a lot better than normal people or friends simply because you like them. And in their mind, they could see you as a nice person, and you might even see yourself as a nice person, to the point where you dilute yourself into thinking you're just simply being nice to them. And guess what? You might be a nice person, but again, there is the duality of that action. And the other uncomfortable side is that you're being nice to get something you want. However, you're leaning on the side that makes you feel more comfortable, a better narrative to believe. I mean, this is what human beings do. We interpret things the way we want, including the duality of our actions. People deceive and lie to themselves all the time. And guess what? We all lie. I lie, you lie, we all lie all the time, whether it's small white lies or more severe lies. But what I hate is when people lie to themselves. Be real, if not to others, at least to yourself. And the reason why I'm talking about the duality of our actions is because it's very similar to how we deal with uncomfortable truths. I mean, we love to rationalize and interpret things the way we want. But the reality is that most people don't actually care about the truth of any situation. We just care about our truths and reinforcing the walls to protect our truth. We just care about the narratives that we want to believe, the narrative that makes us feel comfortable, even if it's not reality. See, we all live life through our own lens, right? Our beliefs, our morals, our decisions, our actions are founded upon how we've all lived life, each individual experience, the people we interact with, and so on. It's a hard pill to swallow, but these beliefs, experience, actions, and decisions, etc. that we have taken in created this bubble. And anything that threatens this bubble, we rationalize, and anything that supports it, we reinforce. People aren't concerned about the truth, they're concerned about their truth. Again, people believe what they want to believe, they hear what they want to hear, they know what they want to know, and they understand what they want to understand. And most people in general probably consider themselves to be a good person deep down inside. And 80 to 85% of them are probably wrong. But I mean, we want to believe certain narratives because we built upon them our entire lives. For example, some people find it hard to believe that the government can have nefarious intentions. Even when all the evidence is there, they will find some way to rationalize it, and I think I know why this is. Those individuals in particular were probably straight A students in history, meaning they were great at taking in and believing and regurgitating information, right? And also, side note, history is probably mostly fabricated, not in the sense that it didn't happen, but in the sense that it's been misconstrued over thousands of times to the point where the truth is probably long and gone. It's like this: if I told someone to pass on a detailed story 25 times to get to the person I wanted to get to, by the time that person receives the story, it's probably going to be completely different going through and passed on by 24 different people. So apply that to history and multiply the effect by 10,000, and whatever really happened to whatever event you read from your History 101 textbook in 7th grade is probably way off. But again, it's through our lens, right? It's what we perceive the truth to be, and at some point that becomes actual reality. At least in our minds, right? Everything we think we understand about politics or government or how our society works in the US at least is founded upon the idea that the government serves the people and acts in a way that best interests society by majority rule. Democracy, right? That's the foundation of our belief when it comes to that. So an evidence of an event that comes up that points in the direction of the government having nefarious intentions, if you're someone who grew up in a comfortable bubble in your head, then you immediately want to rationalize the evidence no matter how obvious it might be. And this is because accepting the idea, the reality that groups of people in the government, the elite, has nefarious intentions, then that would mean stripping down and reconstructing what you once knew. But again, what we know about society and government is that it's founded upon this idea that the government serves the people. It's an uncomfortable truth to accept, because you would then have to reevaluate all these other things that your belief was founded upon, meaning it leads us back into the unknown. You see, this bubble of false reality we like to live life through makes us feel comfortable because there is no unknown. Like, this is what we know and must reinforce and push away anything that contradicts what we know. I mean, it's comfortable, it makes us feel safe. If our bubble of reality is founded upon us being loyal, honest, kind people, any action in the past that might have said otherwise, we rationalize. We don't like not knowing things because the root of the fear is the unknown. We're afraid of the dark because we don't know what could be lurking. You know, the ghost of Michael Jackson could be in your closet. Or you're afraid of that roller coaster because you don't know what could happen, what might happen. You don't want to raise your hand and ask that question because you're afraid of how you might look. Generally, people who are more fearless are more uncomfortable with not knowing. We make perception our reality, and objective truth is so hard, and maybe living in a bubble of truth is easier, more efficient. I don't know, for me, I always try to pinpoint it and not run away from it because it's always been my goal to be as real and genuine as I can be. Might sound a bit pretentious, but it is what it is. But let's say you don't care about that, right? Maybe living life through your own lens, through your own bubble, staying away from those uncomfortable truths, maybe that's easier and overall better. Anyways, yeah, if you made it this far, thanks, appreciate you. And yeah, if you liked the video, leave a like, comment, or sub. With that said, make sure you guys stay true. Talk to you guys real soon. Peace.